GLoLady here. What I would like to do is to qualify myself as a mystic intuitive by my birth chart so that you too can understand what a birth chart is and how you can use it to help transcend it. As the planets move along, things are always changing, but with your birth chart, this is what your life plan basically is. So, I was born on March the 3rd, 1958 at 7:35 a.m. in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So, overcoming the horizon was the astrological sign of Aries. And Aries in the ascendant position is my approach in life, my image, and my need, the ability to succeed in all that I do. My sun is in Pisces in the 12th house, and Pisces are the most psychic of all signs, and they're also the most understood. I have the undertakings of a mystic. I have been called to a religious life. I can feel the vibrations of thought waves and energy around me. Another word for that is an empath. I need to get away from people to recharge myself, especially when I'm around negative people. I like to be creative and innovative, and I have a desire to help those in need. As well as my sun, I also have Mercury, and Mercury is conjunct. That means that they are pretty much on top of each other in the 12th house. And Mercury being your mind, I have a highly intellectual mind. How I communicate, I am a highly developed psychic. And I had worked as a psychic medium in Cassadaga, Florida, and that is the psychic capital of the world. I have a wide scope of vision, like those. I like to see things from all points of view. Edgar Cayce also had his Mercury in Pisces. But because my Sun and my Mercury are conjunct, I sometimes feel like I'm in a bubble and I'm pounding to get out, that no one hears me. And until I understood my birth chart, I did not understand that. And you'll find this a lot in learning your birth chart. My Venus is that love, and it's in the 11th house of Aquarius, and Aquarius is humanity, and I am great, original, unconventional, artistic expression, and I have an interest in social values. My Mars in the 10th house of Capricorn, that's the house of business. And I have the courage and energy to destroy old forms. That is ego in action. And I have a desire to succeed. I challenge authority figures. That's the warrior. And it's probably one of the reasons why I wrote and filed a civil rights lawsuit pro se. That means by myself, because I could not find an attorney. But I want to set a precedent for a First Amendment platform for we the people. My moon is in Leo in the 5th house, and I, like to be in the limelight. I have a strong romantic nature, and I make a great actress, which is why I was a host of my own TV show, which is part of that lawsuit that I just got done talking about. My Jupiter is in Scorpio in the 7th house, and that's my nature and development of a higher mental attributes, and it's upon which ideas are formed. My gift of prophecy, it shows how man is to communicate with God. Planet of good fortune and understanding of universal laws, justice, and honor. And I have the ability to probe behind religious and philosophic dogma in search of the truth. And I know when my government's lying to me, which is another one of those reasons for that lawsuit. My Saturn. Saturn is in the 9th house of Sagittarius, and that is the tester, the teacher, and it's my obstacles that I had to overcome. My force of ambition by learning self-discipline. It led to the liberation of my soul. The understanding that I gained through life experience and the Lord of Karma. What goes around comes around. What you sow, you reap. And I also have a love of a higher learning and travel. I love to learn. And yeah, I love to travel. Okay, we'll go to Uranus. Uranus is in Leo in the 5th house, and that's my unconventional lifestyle because freedom is my security. It's also conjunct my moon, which is inventive, intuitive, and reluctant to be controlled or dominated. It's in my it's my sixth sense, and it's a destroyer of old structures. I'm a humanitarian. I break away from the old, outdated construction. I'm creative self-expression and great ability with children. And if children and animals love me, it really doesn't matter who doesn't. And I love romantic adventures. Now, my Uranus is also square my Jupiter, and ever in search of wisdom and the occult. And occult means hidden knowledge. We'll go to Neptune. Neptune is in there, and it's conjunct with my Jupiter in the 7th house, also in Scorpio. And that's a higher octave of Venus, but I have to be careful not to be too self-sacrificing. I have a joy in giving, prophetic visions. I had dreams of 911. I knew when 2 planes collided within minutes of each other into a building that the world as we knew it would change. Someone had challenged me as to, come on, Lisa, tell me something before. And that was Katrina, and that was pretty devastating to me because of channeling. I used my energy, and I saw and I felt, and it was horrible. And way back when I was 18, I was almost run over by a semi-truck. And I had told my friends, keep an eye out, something's going to happen. And they were joking with me. And they're the ones who yelled, stop! And after I pulled over and I'm shaking and I looked at the tractor trailer truck and I saw Lisa on the side of it. First time I ever saw a tractor trailer truck with Lisa on the side of it, I knew I better start listening to my gut, even though it took me a long time to listen to it 100%. But the Neptune in Scorpio in the 7th house, that's my cosmic truth. It's my urge towards mystical experiences, artistic, filmmaking. I love creating videos showing universal love and transformation. It's like, who do I need to be today? I ask that myself all the time because I'm always creating and becoming somebody different. And I have a tendency to glamorize my partners. So I don't always see them as they are. I see them for what their potential is, not always for what they are. Then I have Pluto in the 6th house, and that's in Virgo, and that means work as a psychiatrist or a psychic healer. And it's probably why I was told when I was working as a psychic medium in Casadega by one of my clients who was a psychiatrist that I can do in a half an hour what it takes them 6 months to accomplish. And I have the ability to bring new life into jobs. I love to inspire others, but I prefer to work for myself. When I work for those other people who have a closed mind, they don't always appreciate the employees telling the bosses what to do. And yeah, that's where I kind of have a little bit of a problem. It's like, wait a minute, I don't want to waste your time. You know, what am I doing here if you're not going to listen to me? So we'll go back to the sun. The sun in Pisces, which is trine my Jupiter in the 7th house. that means that it flows. Works well with expansion, aspects of luck, many pleasant journeys, philosophical nature, and my thirst for knowledge. It's what you call a cosmic blessing. Then I have my sun also trine Neptune, and it flows. I work well with illumination. I get along well with others, and love, of course, learning the mystical and the arts. Strong Mercury, makes for a fine occultist. And I had already talked a little bit about that moon and Uranus conjunct, and the feelings unite with intuition, and it's another helpful aspect for occult and metaphysical. And I love being in contact with all kinds of people. I have, like I said, that unconventional lifestyle. My Mercury is also trine Jupiter, and communications flow well. I'm a traveler, and I make transitions with different levels of thought, and I'm called the translator. My Mercury also trine my Neptune, and my communication flows with illumination. I'm a successful novelist, media. I like to do a whole lot of things, and I show many sides of a situation. And again, good psychiatrist, psychiatric worker, high degree empath with other thoughts, feelings, helps psychic and physical work. I'm an inspirational thinker. But then I also have to be careful because my Venus is square my Jupiter, and I have to be careful of being too extravagant, as well as Venus being square Neptune. And as I had said before, I can be self-deceptive in relationships. And learning that really helped, looking for love in all the wrong places. When you're looking for that love and you want to love, but they're wrong, that's that karma. You have to learn that lesson. You have to learn different name, different place, different face, but it's that same lesson. We have to learn it so that we can move on. So I have a strong imagination, psychic and healing powers, and I guess you're wondering why they call me Glow Lady. Well, I invented glow-in-the-dark clothing and glow-in-the-dark safety products, and my TV show was Glow Lady TV. So, yeah, Glow Lady, enlightening the masses, and hopefully I've qualified. And I do those tarot readings, and I will explain your birth chart in a similar fashion, but I won't go as quickly. I will go a little bit more detailed and go into what each house means and all that other kind of good stuff and the different aspects. But I just wanted to qualify, and I didn't want to take up too much of your time. So, yeah, remember, there's always a light in the dark. Glow for it.